Okay. Saw number 3. It starts with a bang. I love the way it started because it starts right after Saw 2 ends. So it's just the story continues instantly. I like that. I'm only about halfway through. I decided to stop halfway through just to kind of give me my thoughts. And then I'm going to finish here momentarily. I'm doing this a lot. I'm covering my eyes. I don't remember doing that the first time I watched this. I love this movie. It's even better than I remember. This whole series is even better than I remember it being. But I don't know. I'm covering my eyes a lot, which I don't really do in film when I'm watching a film. So that's interesting. I think that's just harder to watch. Ugh, the scene with just dipping her hand in the acid. Oh, I was covering my eyes a lot. But in this one, it's an interesting twist because Jigsaw is sick, and they've brought in a doctor to take care of him, but if he dies, then she's gonna die too. I don't remember how that goes. I'm pretty sure she makes it, but because Jigsaw, I think, is in every single film. But my thoughts I had while watching this first part. When Jigsaw is doing the voice for the puppet, in my mind I'm picturing John. I'm picturing John, the guy doing the voice and also operating the puppet as well. And he's sick, but his voice, he's kind of like whispery, but his voice in the recording is very crystal clear. Continuity. It'll all make sense later, maybe. Maybe I'm just reading too much into it, which is probably true. This one is directed by Darren Lynn Bousman, who did the second one. Storyline, I think, is my favorite of the ones so far. Besides the doctor keeping Jigsaw alive, I keep calling him Jigsaw. His name is John. Keeping John alive, there's that storyline of the father who is meeting all these people who are responsible for the death and conviction of his son's killer. And I think that whole storyline is very interesting, all about the forgiveness and redemption and revenge. Of course, the end, I don't remember how Saw 4 picks up, so this is like really exciting. It's like watching it all for the first time again. And this one leaves definitely on a cliffhanger. I think they've all kind of left on a cliffhanger. I'm definitely having a lot of fun watching this, and I'm looking forward to number 4. We'll see where that one picks up. So yeah, that's all I got for right now. See you in number 4. Saw 4 was a heaping pile of garbage. I did not like this movie at all, and it stinks because I was on such a high after watching number 3, and then it just wasn't good. So far, it has the most amount of cast members from past Saw movies in this one, but it's just not enough to save it. And I didn't like that it started out with, you know, they always start with some kind of shocking beginning, and in the shocking beginning there wasn't any kind of recording, it just started. And one thing I like about these Saw movies is listening to that recording, and it just wasn't there. And they kind of touch on it later, but you don't even hear the full recording. I did like, I don't think that the problem was the acting. It was just not well written, and it takes place during the third film, so it's all taking place all at the same time. Darren Lynn Bousman did do this one as well. John and his girlfriend. Just not. This is the problem, because John is dead. This one had the most flashbacks of the Saw film so far, and being that Jigsaw's John is dead, I think here on out it's just gonna be more and more flashbacks. I can't. I don't know if they. I don't know why they killed off John. I don't think they should have so early, but at the same time, maybe they didn't know how long the series was going to last, and it seems like they just keep making them. But one thing that was actually making me laugh was there's a scene where John is waiting in the car for his wife, and he has a paper and he has a pen and he's writing something, and in my mind it looked like he was doing like a Mad Lib, and it was making me laugh. That was like the only enjoyable thing of this whole film, and it didn't actually even happen in the film. I just made it up in my mind to entertain myself. This movie was just no good. And I want to say, when I've watched this before, I liked 1, 3, and 5. So I'm hoping that what I think is correct and that 5 will be better. 4 was terrible, and I guess my ranking so far would be Saw 3, Saw 2, Saw 1, and Saw 4. Saw 1 was not bad. It was bad acting, but it was not a bad film. So I don't want to... It's hard for me to rank it towards the bottom, but I've only seen 4 so far. Number 4 is hands down the worst one. As the Saw films progress, in this one I covered my eyes for every single death. I could not watch that. It's just I don't know how I could watch this movie when I was, how many years ago? 11. Oh my gosh, this movie is 11 years old. Shoot. Too brutal, and it's just, that's the point. It's like supposed to be really shocking, but oof. I don't know. Maybe because I'm just getting older, I guess. I can't handle that. I love horror films, so I don't. Saw's a torture porn, essentially. Anyway, as promised, Mitzi is going to give you her take on these films so far.
Hi, my name is Mitzi, and I don't like these movies very much. 4 in a row, Danger, Monopoly, those are games. These movies, they're not games. They're not fun. They're not fun to watch. Someone needs to teach Saw a lesson on how to play a real game. One that doesn't involve murderer.
So yeah, thank you for watching. I will have 5 and 6 next week, hopefully next Wednesday or Thursday. So make sure you watch the films and then watch my video, see what I think, because I'm sure you really care. And that's all. You're beautiful, you're loved, and I'll see you later.